Hello children, are you ready for another story? This is going to be a story about a naughty little dog called Spot. And this is Spot's first day at school. So the story is called Spot Goes to School. So firstly we see Spot happily going to school with his mum. He's wagging his tail, can you see? And he has something in his mouth. What do you think it is? What's he holding? Yes, it's a blue lunchbox, isn't it? With a red flower on it and a red handle. Mummy looks nice and happy as well, doesn't she? And they've just walked past a big tree and a blue fence, and there's some grass at the bottom of the blue fence. So off Spot is going happily to school for his first day. And when they get to school, who should be at the door but the teacher, Miss Bear. And Miss Bear says, "Welcome to our school, Spot." And Spot and his mummy say, "Good morning, Miss Bear." What's Miss Bear wearing? She's wearing a pink skirt, a yellow blouse with a pink bow, and she's wearing yellow shoes. And above her head, there's a bell, a school bell, to ring when it's time for the children to come in after play. When we open the door of the school, there are all the other children. There's a big blue hippo who's saying hello. There's a brown monkey saying hello. There's a crocodile, a green crocodile, saying hello. And there's a tortoise, a green tortoise, saying, "Hello, Spot." So Spot says goodbye to his mummy and goes inside the classroom. And the first thing that they do in the classroom is to sing a song. Now, Miss Bear is a very talented teacher because she can play the piano. So she's playing the piano for the children to sing. And she says, "Let's start with a little song." So the hippo is singing very happily. The crocodile is singing with a smile, can you see? And the tortoise is also singing. And there are two pink books on the floor next to the tortoise. Can you see them? The monkey is sitting on the table holding a pink song sheet or a pink book, and saying to poor little Spot, "Why are you hiding, Spot?" And Spot is not happy and says, "I can't sing." But in the next activity, Spot is much more happy because they're playing in the Wendy house. Shall we see what Spot is doing in the Wendy house? Let's open the door. And there's Spot, dressed up in a Red Indian's headgear with a feather. He's also very happy because he's got one of his paws in a brown shoe. And he's saying that he's found dressing up clothes. And look at that silly monkey. He's gone up the chimney and he's got a special hat on. And this hat has flowers on it. Can you count the flowers? 1, 2, 3. 3 pink flowers with red in the center. And what's the crocodile doing? Looking very happy, looking out the window with a soldier's busby on. That's a special hat which is navy blue with a red feather in it. And what's Hippo doing meanwhile? Hippo is doing some colouring with a crayon. And there are crayons on the floor as well. 1, 2. And one is red and one is yellow. The next activity that they do is with blocks with letters on them. Can you see what Spot is doing? He's found a capital D that says D, an O that says O, and a G that says G. D, O, G. What word does that make? Dog. Yes. And let's look at the crocodile. The crocodile has a block with letter H on it, and H says H. And behind the crocodile, there's a capital letter P that says P. And behind the crocodile's back, there's another block, and I think that's an S that says S. Then it's time for show and tell. And we can see a big blue table, and Miss Bear and Spot are looking at the things on the table. Can you name them? At the back, there's a nest, and in front of the nest, there's a yellow starfish. Next to the nest, there's a pot with something growing in it, with 2 leaves coming out. At the front of the pot, there's a feather, grey, white and red. Then there's a big brown leaf, and behind the big brown leaf there are 3 stones, a big stone and 2 small stones. And at the front of the table, in front of the leaf, there's a very big acorn. Next to the acorn, there's a big shell. And behind the shell, there is a little log of wood. Then there's a great big red bowl of cacti, prickly plants, cacti. And when we look behind the big red bowl of cacti, let's see what Spot has brought for show and tell. It must have been in his lunchbox. My bone, says Spot. He brought his bone to put on the table for show and tell. And in the right-hand corner, next to Spot, there is an avocado. Have you ever eaten an avocado? They're very nice. Next, it's time to go outside and play. The playground is fun. We can see the hippo sliding down the slide, having a great time, laughing her head off. Then we can see the little tortoise waiting patiently for her turn to go down the slide. We can see the monkey swinging on the bars. And the crocodile and Spot are playing on the seesaw. What colour is the seesaw? Yes, it's red. And the crocodile is on the down end of the seesaw, and Spot is on the up end of the seesaw. And Spot is saying, "Here I am." Around the bottom of the tree, there are 4 yellow flowers. Can you count them? 1, 2, 3, 4. And who is hiding up there in the tree? Can you see the little blue creature in the tree? Yes, it's a blue bird with a yellow beak. Miss Bear is reading a story, and she's saying, "It's time for a story now, Spot." And she's looking a little bit unhappy because Spot and Crocodile are playing and they're not sitting nicely to listen to the story. Monkey is behaving nicely, holding a red book, and Hippo and Tortoise are both looking at that naughty Spot and Crocodile and wondering when they're going to stop and listen to the story. Next, it's time to do some painting, and we can see the hippo with a nice apron on so that she doesn't get dirty, holding a jar of water and 2 paintbrushes and some green paper. Spot has a jar of water and a paintbrush, some pink paper and some yellow paper. And Spot is looking inside a dark blue box. What's in the box? Paints, red, blue and green. Finally, it's home time, and all the children are coming out of school holding their paintings to show their mummies. Can you see them all with their paintings in their mouths, and Monkey's got it in his hand? And there you can see Mummy Hippo, Mummy Dog, Mummy Monkey, Mummy Crocodile and Mummy Tortoise. And they are all hoping that their children have had a lovely day at school, and all the children are coming out very happily, and Spot has paint all over him. So that was Spot's first day at school, and he had a lovely time.